Good evening, watching the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultan of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Highness Sayyid AlSaud bin Tariq AlSaud received a written message from Crown Prince, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Education Laboratory reviews development of education sector in the Sultanate to enhance its role in national economy. And the fish products factory is opened in the Wilayat of Mahud in the Governorate of Al-Wasla. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Highness Sayyid AlSaud bin Tariq AlSaud, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan, received a written message from His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, Crown Prince, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, when he received today in his office His Excellency Eid bin Mohammed Al Thaqafi, Saudi Ambassador accredited to the Sultanate. The meeting was attended by the Excellencies, the Secretary General and advisors at His Highness's office. His Excellency Sayyid Ahmed bin Faisal Al Saidi, Minister of Interior, met with His Excellency Dr. Abdul Majid bin Abdullah Al Banyan, Chairman of Naif Arab University for Security Sciences. The two sides discussed a number of issues of common concern and reviewed the university's role in qualifying human cadres in the security aspects. With the wide participation of specialists from the education field, the works of the Education Laboratory started at the Oman Institute for Oil and Gas in Muscat, with the organization of the Education Council and supporting of implementation support and follow-up units. The activities of the Education Laboratory seek to enhance economic diversity, as it is considered a main pillar of qualifying and preparing human resources. He discussed the study and analysis of all aspects related to the education sector and the availability of sector's contribution to the gross domestic product. The laboratory aimed to design a developed program within a period not exceeding 5 years to implement a group of high-impact projects and initiatives to face challenges. The international conference entitled Practical Education and Internationalization in Higher Education, Sharing Perspectives and Experiences, discusses in Muscat aspects related to higher education in the upcoming 10 years. More details in the following report by Salih bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi.
Within the Sultanate's plans to develop the education sector, to enhance the national economy and raise the efficiency of the Omani workforce, the international conference entitled Practical Education and Internationalization in Higher Education, Sharing Perspectives and Experiences began today at Muscat University.
I think it's very critical to make sure that all the higher education institutions as well as vocational institutions, that there's a strong link between industrial and the education institution. This process it has to involve a lot of processes and procedures, including, for example, making sure that there is a well system which projects what the industry require in new skills.
Around 300 specialists from government agencies, public and private higher education institutions in the Sultanate, and international experts attended the conference to discuss trends in higher education over the next 10 years and exchange views on vocational certificates, study programs, and challenges facing higher education institutions.
This is a very important event taking place in Oman. It concerns the quality in higher education. We know that higher education is really the driver for any economy, particularly in Oman, where we are doing special programs for diversification of our economy. What the event talks about is the quality and the accreditation. You know, many degrees are fake. Many degrees are not accepted in certain countries, although provided by other countries. This event will talk about all these aspects to ensure that that accreditation is given in higher education.
All over the world, countries are taking the quality of higher education seriously. We've seen an enormous development in countries having their own quality assurance agencies and coming together in regions to develop standards and guidelines for quality. I think that's a tremendous benefit because it helps support recognition of qualifications and student mobility.
Over a period of 2 days, the conference endeavors to put forward appropriate solutions related to linking higher education with the labor market, raising graduates' potentials according to the skills required by private sector institutions, providing effective training programs, and strengthening partnership between academic institutions and the private sector. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Salih bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The 8th Shura Conference for Audit affirmed on the increase of Islamic banking services by 13%. The conference, which is held in Muscat for the first time, witnessed the participation of experts and advisors in the field of Islamic banking. The conference also focused on the insurance coverage in Islamic banking. It as well highlighted the legislations of the Islamic banks. The conference as well focused on the number of pillars like the reality of auditing in Islamic banking and the use of modern technology in this field, as well as means of using quality assurance and risk indicators. The conference revealed that the total assets of Islamic banking services in the Sultanate reached 4.5 billion Omani riyals. The opening session ceremony of the conference was presided over by His Eminence Sheikh Ahmed bin Hamad al-Khalili, Grand Mufti of the Sultanate. The fish product factory in the Wilayat of Mahud in the Governorate of Al-Wusta was inaugurated under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Saeed Al-Aufi, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. More details in the following report by Salih bin Khalfan Rahbi.
The fisheries sector is a promising and an important sector, and in line with the government's efforts to diversify sources of income, the fish products factory was opened in the Wilayah of Mahud in Al-Wusta Governorate.
We are happy that inauguration of the new project between Nab' and Junatha Middle East. It's very important in terms of added value for small pelagic fish. This initiative is a very good investment, good partnership between Omani's company and international companies to invest in added value products. The investment around phase one around 4 million Omani riyal, and also it will provide job opportunities in Mahud. Those factories or those initiatives which is look at added value for this industry is very important for us, trying to look at the sustainability in terms of the availability of the resource, especially for small pelagic, and also added value.
Established on an area of 25,000 square meters, the factory will specialize in the manufacturing and production of fish products and fish oils. The current construction area is 6,300 square meters, including the production facilities, offices, and laboratories, taking into account future expansions to increase production.
We have inaugurated the fish meal and fish oil factory in Mahud, which is basically one of the wilayat that is rich of the sardine fish. And the factory basically produces 3 types of product. One is the fish meal, soluble fish paste, and fish oil. And each product is being used for different kind of application, whether it is in the pharmaceutical or in the food industries.
At a cost worth around 4 million Omani riyals, the factory is expected to produce 8,800 metric tons of fish products annually, 3,200 metric tons of fish oil, and 2,400 metric tons of soluble fish paste. The annual sales cap is expected to reach 6 million Oman Riyals, with an average growth of 5% over the next few years. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
Still to come, our news bulletin. The board is concerned call on the significance of putting up laws and regulations in organizing the usage of social media means. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Exchanging viewpoints on military topics topped the discussions of Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff for Sultan's Armed Forces, with Major General Steve Mahon, Assistant British Chief of Staff for Military Strategies and Defence Affairs. A preparatory meeting of the Under-Secretaries of Higher Education and Research Council in the GCC countries was held in Muscat. The meeting discusses laws for a unified guiding system for voluntary work and for enabling the disabled people. The meeting also discusses providing equal opportunities in terms of joining governmental higher education establishments. It as well highlights a strategic plan project for cooperation in higher education and research council fields, in addition to building an effective education system to qualify and prepare the youth of the GCC countries. The Omani Journalists Association, in cooperation with the Media Committee for the election of Shura Council members, organized today a training workshop on media coverage of Shura Council elections in Muscat. More than 140 journalists from various public and private press institutions participate in the seminar. The workshop aims to provide participants with the skills of press coverage of the elections and targets reporters to introduce them to all tools that help them to cover the elections. It discusses a number of worksheets, including news reports broadcasted during the election period and the importance of media and its role in the full media coverage. The opening ceremony was held under the auspices of His Excellency Ali bin Khalfan al-Jabri, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Information. In social media means, sometimes false messages are shared through those calling themselves the influencers. In this regard, a number of bodies call in the significance of putting up laws and regulations that organize the usage of social media means. The term influencers is often used for those social media users that have a large number of followers. Sometimes the negative aspects related to such social media influence may cause the persons to express themselves through the usage of wrong means, causing embarrassment to some government and private institutions. It's worth mentioning that the light usage of such social media means is the only way to sense the community and distribute positive message. On the other hand, the negative influence caused by sharing false messages may lead to consequences beyond imagination. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry stressed on the development of Sultan Qaboos Award for Industrial Excellence. It also clarified that there is a possibility to merge some global practices and development goals in the advanced stages related to the award. It also pointed out that standards of the award are in line with strategies of the Oman Vision 2040. The number of small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, registered in the Public Authority for Small and Medium Enterprises Development, RIADA, exceeded 40,000 by the end of July. According to the initial data issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information, the number of registered SMEs in the Governorate of Muscat increased to 13,374 enterprises. The Governorate of North Al-Batna came second with 5,334 registered enterprises. In the Governorate of Dakhiliya, the number of registered enterprises reached 5,208. The Directorate General of Health Services in the Governorate of Muscat organized a seminar for the health committees. It aimed to highlight the role of committees in the development of health services and cooperation with government bodies as well as the community. Around 60 members from various health committees and government bodies took part in the seminar. This is Sultan of Oman Television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Highness Sayyid AlSaud bin Tariq AlSaud received a written message from Crown Prince, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Education Laboratory reviews development of education sector in the Sultan to enhance its role in national economy. And the fish products factory is opened in the Wilayat of Hut in the Governorate of Al-Wusta. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching. Good night.
يقضي الناس أجمل أوقاتهم ويسجلون ذكرياتهم الممزوجة بالفرح والاستمتاع، فيفترشون العشب ويتناولون وجباتهم المملوءة بالمحبة والمشاركة، وتسمع ضحكات الأطفال المختلطة بصوت أمواج البحر. ولكن هناك ممارسات تشوه هذا الجمال وتحرم الناس من الاستمتاع على الشواطئ. فايد تقتلع النباتات من أجل حرقها بغرض الشواء، ودخان يعبق بالمحيط فيزعج زوار المكان ويضايقهم، وجمرة تحرق المسطحات الخضراء. وبدلا من رمي المخلفات في الأماكن المخصصة لها، نراها منتشرة على الشاطئ، فيتعرض المرتادون للإصابات بالجروح بسبب أعواد الشواء، وتصل القمامة إلى المياه فيتلوث البحر، وتتعرض الكائنات البحرية للتسمم والموت. وفجأة يخترق هدوء المكان ضجيج الدراجات والمركبات دون أن يدرك من يمارس هذا الفعل أن ذلك يشكل إزعاجا وخطرا على مرتادي الشواطئ. حافظ على نظافة الشواطئ والمسطحات الخضراء، وتجنب مضايقة الآخرين حتى لا تكون عرضة للمساءلة القانونية. مع تحيات بلدية مسقط.
عزيزي المواطن، تعد عملية نقل المياه الجوفية من البئر إلى موقع آخر أو تعبئتها بغرض البيع مخالفة للأنظمة واللوائح المتبعة، ويعاقب عليها القانون. فاحرص على أن يكون لديك تصريح مسبق ساري المفعول قبل قيامك بذلك، فالمحافظة على المياه من الهدر والاستنزاف مسؤولية الجميع. مع تحيات وزارة البلديات الإقليمية وموارد المياه. جودة وتميز نحو خدمات بلدية ومائية وشراكة مجتمعية رائدة.
شريف مختار اتقبض عليه الليلة، قتل مراته. انقطعت علاقتنا جميعا بشريف مختار.
القضية لابسة شريف لابساه.
انا محتاج امشي من هنا.
انت مش هتمشي من هنا يا شريف بيه.
اي حاجه هتوصل لك النهارده تعتبر تحصيل حاصل. انت خلاص اتحكم عليك. اذا كان ليك حق عندي اديك خدته مني يوم ما مسكتني، لكن انا حقي فين؟ مش هسكت. فاهم؟ هتسكت وهتنفذ كل اللي اقول لك عليه بدون مناقشه.
إذا كنت تظن أنك تستطيع الهرب منا فأنت مخطئ جدا. كيف تجرؤ؟